Hey, this is Nolan North, and you're listening to the Ninja Turtle Power Hour. Why wouldn't you? Take it from me. Raphael from TMNT. Go back to 2007. We'll save our brother, and then we'll save New York City. Or, of course,
you may listen to the Krang, because the Krang know that you should listen to Turtles and Turtle Power Hour. Go listen, Krang.
Welcome to Ninja Turtle Power Hour. I'm Spencer.
I'm Keith.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Mike. Guys, we did it. We finally did it. Another Ninja Turtles cartoon has been put to rest on this.
Yeah, we never have to watch again.
6 years, 2 cartoons. Crazy.
Yep. we'll get through them all someday.
Yeah.
But wow, what a journey this has been to get to the end of 2003.
Or is it the end?
It was filled with lows and many other lows.
Because Turtles Forever is still a thing.
Well, don't spoil it for us, Spencer. Come on now. No, but this is the end of the 2003 show, but not the era. And Spencer doesn't want to let go yet.
I mean, it's like the movie was made for TV. It was a made for TV movie that they played in Saturday morning.
Sure, but we're just saying it's not part of the show. This is the ending of the show.
Yeah, no, for sure. It is the ending of the official TV show. Yeah, like officially, I guess, But the movie, I guess, is technically the end of all of it. If you want to get technical.
Are Casey and April married in the movie?
I think so, actually. Yeah, but they do a whole lot of like I don't know, resetting of some things and things like that. So at least when it comes to like Karai and Hun, they definitely kind of like re-status quo them.
We're not talking about the movie yet. Spencer, what are the episodes we're talking about?
The episodes we're talking about today are 11, 12, and 13.
That's City Under Siege, Superpower Struggle, and Wedding Bells and Bites.
Oh, man. Some say this is the end of the 2003 show. Others want to talk about the movie instead.
Some wish the show had never been born.
I really gotta say, I'm very looking forward to moving on to a different show because the two of you have been, frankly, insufferable this entire time. So
yeah,
we're matching the energy of the show. What do you want?
Stupid
what do
little
you
thing.
want?
I hate how they
cannot.
sound. I hate that they sound older. I hate that they are competent and they're not teenagers. I don't like the shade of purple they used. I don't like this and that and the other thing. I don't like just every stupid fucking little thing.
Don't lump me in with Cody here.
I can't wait.
I will.
I like the line.
1,000%. I don't think Karai earned being the Shredder. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I don't. It's a common complaint. But that said, I did like a lot more of this show than I did. It's still not the best show in my opinion to me. But I do see why people like it. If this was the first show that you got into, 100%, I get it. But there is a lot of fun here in this show, especially I'm sure Cody was joking, but I really liked Fast Forward and the majority of this season of Back to the Sewer.
I mean, I wasn't joking when I said it's better than most of the other seasons. That's not a joke. I'm not joking when I say I hate the show and I hate everybody who likes the show.
Sure,
that's just facts.
And see, he said that, Keith, not me. Okay, I'm trying to give this.
Yeah, Mike is a known lover of the show.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive things this entire time.
Exactly. So I've had more of a character arc on this show than Mando and Grogu did in their movie. So give me a break here.
Dozens of people understood that reference.
Well, if they listen to the content, they'll get it. But that said, like I did really enjoy this, and these 3 episodes, like not to bury the lead, like these 3 episodes were fun. One is, I'm not even gonna say one is clearly the winner because they were all kind of the same, but I had fun in all 3 of these.
I like how, basically you guys heard that the least favorite seasons of the show by 2003 fans are the last 2 and just went in determined to like them.
I didn't even go into determined to like it.
No, like don't get me wrong, the last season is annoying and it sucks.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's not worse than any of the other seasons.
Yeah. But I do think, and I've said it before, I think Fast Forward is the more natural show that all these people were most capable of making. It was the most in their wheelhouse of what they were actually wanted to make.
I'd argue this season too is also in that wheelhouse. Like it carries a lot of DNA in.
I mean, it's basically like they didn't return to the sewers. Like there's no back to the sewer.
Yeah, if anything, that's the biggest anchovy that I have.
Yeah. They left the future, but they did not go back to the sewer.
Right. They went back there like physically only, but like conceptually everything's still futuristic.
Well, they didn't even go
Tron
back
nonsense.
Sewer.
Yeah.
They didn't even go back to the sewer. They were living in Central Park still. Like
that's right. They're in that pump house or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like so they never actually go to the sewer. But it's like the name Back to the Sewer was supposed to be like a back to basics. And like I kind of in this season, in certain elements, but like again, this is an anchovy like in general for the season, but it's like I think bringing in like the more feature like elements, like Sterling should never have been here. But also like Cyber Shredder is so boring. Like it would have been like better to just not have a Shredder this season, but it's like I guess I don't know if they knew this was the final season. I don't know like what the plan was. Like they were just like, oh, we gotta have a Shredder, it's back to basic.
And with that, I think that Cody has a story to tell us.
Let me tell you a story.
I sure do. With City Under Siege, which originally aired November 29th, 2008, and written by Stephen Melching. The episode starts off with a shot of New York City where we see the Hun and Purple Dragons creeping through the alleys. They get attacked by Cyber Shredder quite brutally. Donnie and April go into cyberspace to get more of those juicy splinter bits. Casey and Raph, they're on a night patrol and find the injured Purple Dragons. Cyber Shredder and his new foot take over New York City. They go to the mainframe and they start wreaking havoc. Everything's like blackouts, everything going wonky, which includes subway trains, which are just speeding to collision. Mikey and Leo go into the subway to help out. They stop the speeding out of control car. April and Dawn still messing around in cyberspace. Shredder infecting everything. The whole gang gets together to stop him. Eventually, Shredder like forces them into the sewers. He floods it. They swim to the surface. They eventually get to the mainframe and deal with Cyber Shredder and defeat him. Or do they? Dun dun dun. To be continued.
All right. Really not to be continued in this episode, Super Power Struggle, original air date February 21st, 2009, written by Robert David, the man with 2 first names. So 1968, Green Mantle, a Green Lantern ripoff, but with a cape instead of a ring, is fighting his foe Mechazar up in the sky. He gets hit, loses his cape, which then lands on the street and is found by some nerdy little kid. Present day, Mikey is taking Raph to the New York Comic Caucus. Mike is going as the Turtle Titan, but he can't convince Raph to dress up as his ward, Tortoise Boy. Dr. Malignus, everybody remembers him, right? He comes and finds that same nerd's booth at the Comic Caucus. The kid put the cape in a slab to protect it, but Malignus smashes and grabs it, running out into the street. Mike is busy signing autographs as Turtle Titan, but Raph sees the action and chases after Malignus. Malignus injures a security guard that was tailing him, but Raph manages to get the cape. Mikey hears the commotion, but Malignus smoke bombs and runs. Seeing that the entire Justice League Justice Force has also arrived. Mikey ties the cape around Raph, making him the new Green Mantle. At Justice Force HQ, Zippy Lad and Stainless Steve Steele show up and tell the origin of the Green Mantle. It's exactly the same as Hal Jordan from DC Comics, and then Raph joins the Justice Force. Meanwhile, Malignus is still plotting to steal the cape using a bunch of robots. Raph does a bunch of daring do-good, and Mike is left in the dust as Turtle Titan. Mikey sets up a trap for Raph, setting off a warehouse alarm to get his attention. Now, despite Michelangelo putting the cape on Raphael in the first place, he's convinced that the cape should be his. The two fight over it and eventually rip it in two. Malignus and his robots show up to take the cape. With the cape in two parts, though, each turtle only has half the power, so it has to work together to defeat the robots. Then, they keel over in pain as Dr. Malignus reveals the Green Mantle's only weakness, a yellow thimble from the planet where the cape was sewn. The turtles think fast and put the cape on Malignus, weakening him with the thimble, and then knock him out. Back at Justice Force HQ, that security guard for earlier, his name is Al Gordon. He comes in to reclaim the mantle, having lost it years ago. Day is saved, everyone laughs, roll credits, the end.
And now we will get to my episode number 13, Wedding Bells and Bites. This episode aired February 28th of 2009. This episode is written by Matthew Dreck and Robert David. This is it. The Turtles have all of Master Splinter's bits, and they can finally reconstitute him. And they do. He's totally whole now. However, a little evil homing beacon is in his ear. But anyway, it's time to leave for Casey and April's wedding. The Turtles family goes to the old farmhouse for the wedding, and nearly the entire cast of the show shows up for an encore. The whole thing is perfect until Shredder and the Foot show up and crash the wedding, having tracked them there due to that whole beacon thing that was in Splinter's ear. A giant battle rages. Shredder is more powerful than ever since the whole power plant incident actually supercharged him. Things look bleak, but then the Justice Force shows up, and Donnie modifies the decompiler array to be able to destroy Shredder. They blast him and have the wedding, and the encore of the cast gets even bigger. Even Rat King and Bishop are watching. Casey and April are pronounced man and wife by Fugitoid in front of a sunset, and with this picturesque moment, the greatest TMNT cartoon of all time concludes.
Bold television.
So we're just straight up lying on this podcast now?
I'm not the one that was banned for Facebook for deceit, so...
He's got you there, Mike. Dead to rights.
Got you by the short hairs there, yeah. All right. We're gonna second some times around.
Yeah.
Second time around. Do it again for the second time around. Did anyone else think, and I know Spencer didn't because you haven't watched all of Futurama religiously like I did when I was a teenager, but City Under Siege, when Shredder takes over like all the robots in the city, like everything is a robot, which is exactly what happens in that episode of Futurama when they're like, is anything a robot? And like the toaster's like, I'm not a robot. Crack me up.
I didn't think of that, though. I did think that way too many things were connected to the grid that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
For them to be.
Well, that's the water pressure, right? So Shredder's upping the water pressure to make the fire hydrants fire. This is also the first time and the only time we see April's Cybernaut armor.
Yeah. Do you think that Donatello was worried that he would bring her into cyberspace too close to his bookmarks?
A tab he left open is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that, like anytime you hand someone your phone, you're like, oh shit, what was I looking at on Reddit?
So are you implying that it would just be like a big video that she would see, or is it like a page that she can walk into?
Either one would be terrifying, honestly.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
actually don't know which one would be the worst.
Boy with unlimited access to the internet.
Right.
Too busy to help his brothers, but
Everyone needs their downtime. Or their uptime, as it were.
All right. I guess moving into episode 12, the superpower struggle. Keith
Oh,
basically.
Green Mantle is an obviously like homage to the Green Lantern Simon Baz, right?
Yes.
yeah, I did catch that.
Totally,
I did catch that reference. It was pretty subtle, but I saw what they were doing.
Yeah. Al Gordon instead of Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
it was Al Jordan parody?
Yeah. Believe it or
What's
not,
amazing to me
Oh.
they
is
even.
it's the
I was
same
like-
exact origin. Like
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
is
Well,
different.
it's
Well,
not,
in
it's not
the
even the same
comic
exact
book-
origin. It's the same exact comic.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
comic
yeah.
book cover is showcase number 22, which is Hal Jordan's first appearance, and like that had his origin in it too. Like it's straight up just him with his green cape, like fighting like a yellow missile. I'm actually wearing my showcase number 22 T-shirt right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, in honor of this episode.
Green Mantle also recently showed up in an issue of the Night Watcher. He's got a little cameo off to the side of a panel in issue 3. So happy hunting, comic book nerds.
Nice.
Yeah. This is also the only episode that doesn't have Leonardo in it. And it's only one of 2 episodes that don't have all of the turtles in it. The other one being Dragon's Brew, which only had Leonardo.
Amazing that is not a piece of trivia mentioned on Turtle.
Right?
That's why sometimes you got to come up with your own trivia, Mike, and not rely on Turtlepedia.
I do think it's funny that like the trivia on Turtlepedia is like the Green Mantle is obviously an homage to the Green Lantern, and then the one underneath it is the New York Comic Caucus is obviously an homage to New York Comic Con.
Yeah, if it's obvious, is it trivia?
I did notice it.
Comic Caucus. That I think that's a fun.
That's a good name. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the Comic Caucus name. Honestly, I wish that when Utah got in its legal trouble with San Diego Comic Con and had to change it to FanX, I wish they would have switched it just to Comic Caucus. Yeah, it's better. Salt Lake City Comic Caucus.
You just call it Comic-Con instead of Comic-Con.
Yeah, Comic Cock.
Comic-Cock. Oh no, Spencer.
Yeah, let's not call it that.
Come on. This is I looked this up. This is currently the worst rated episode of the series on IMDb as a 6.
Really?
Yes.
There are way worse episodes than this.
I 1,000% agree. And I actually saw a whole Reddit thread about like the worst episodes of every cartoon, and this one was mentioned a lot in it. And I don't know why people hate it so much. It was a perfectly cromulent episode.
Yeah, this is not a bad episode at all.
Yeah.
There are some stupid parts in it, but like this is nowhere near the worst episode of the show.
Yeah.
So not in the top 10 is what you're saying.
Well, it depends on how you sort, because it could be in the top 10.
Yeah, well, it's
the
not
top or the bottom.
Trivia. It's not mentioned in the trivia, but that it's in the top TMNT top 10. Unlike our next episode, Wedding Bells and Bites.
Yeah.
I do think that an important thing to make note of is that since the theme song, features it, this is the last time we will ever see Leo riding a scooter in all Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Real tragedy.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice that this episode used a slightly different opening than every other episode?
Yeah, actually, like I thought I saw different clips. I didn't pay that close attention, but I was like, I don't remember seeing, like, I think there was like Michelangelo or someone, or maybe it was Raphael in like their black suit, like their black clothing.
Yeah. And it ends with like clips of Khan and them riding their motorcycles and stuff. It's the same theme song. It's just a slightly different animation. Kind of interesting. What number is this on the Turtle Top 10, Mike?
Wedding Bells and Bites is number 5 on the TMNT top 10.
Wait, they're saying this is the 5th best episode?
Yeah.
Good God. Like that invalidates the whole list, no matter what else is on there. Like,
Isn't it just someone's like random list too? Like we don't.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's based on like 2 voters, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there's, even if you absolutely love this show, there's no universe where this ranks anywhere near.
Yeah, like we've
top
gotten
10.
through this entire show, and we don't know who actually created the TMNT top 10 list.
Crazy.
One of life's unsolved mystery.
Yeah. I was
What is-
surprised there was like basically everyone's in this episode, but there were some notably absent people in my mind. Like I was really surprised to find that Hun and Baxter didn't somehow weasel their way in there. Quarry or like any of the underground people, but I guess April and Casey didn't have a lot to do with them anyway, so maybe that's a non-issue. But like you would think Uncle Augie and Robin, like the only family that we know April has, would have been there.
That's a good point.
Yeah. That's
No,
moving into
apparently,
anchovy territory, but...
just all these characters that you can't convince me April and Casey even interacted with more than like 3 seconds. They're just dear friends, and if you ask them to come to a wedding, they're thrilled.
I think it could be one of two things. One, they actually have no friends, and they're like turtles, like just invite whoever. And the turtles.
I mean, of course, Casey has no friends. When he comes over, he
Right.
breaks your fucking couch like immediately.
Exactly.
That dude has no friends.
Or we know like we're missing a whole year of their life. Like it's possible with the turtles gone, these people were calling or showing up and be like, "Hey, we need your help fighting crime or whatever the fuck," you know?
Yeah, the side adventures of April and Casey, where they, yeah, I mean that's
that's a show. That's a lost season I would have wanted to watch.
Yeah. I would like to know how the Rat King, like how he found them, why he's smiling at it. But
yeah,
he's a pervert, and that's how he gets off. It's just...
Also, I also want to know why Bishop is smiling. You know, is he just like, yes, more humans will be made? Like,
yeah,
you know, like,
right. Yes.
Is he like just a part of like the birth project? You know, of like trying to keep human population up.
Yeah.
You know, he's just got a theory that mutants and aliens will replace us all, and he's just like, there we go, keeping the human population up. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the name cards that Mikey prepared, and I was trying to see if like there was anybody in there like that we didn't recognize. So it's Karai, Chaplin, Angel, Cousin Sid, Tora, Judo, Khan, Faraji, the Professor, Adam, Chikara, Hisomi, Leatherhead, Joy. And that's all the name cards that we can see of people.
Yeah, and they're all in there. And then some, because like Usagi's not listed.
Yeah. Gen's not listed.
Anything else?
No, I think we're going to go into anchovies.
No anchovies. You put anchovies on this thing and you're in big trouble, okay? I'm gonna let you know.
So
City Under Siege. Here's my big anchovy. So Leonardo starts off by telling Michelangelo, like, you need to make your opponent move in a way that you want to. Michelangelo's like, well, I just improvise as I go. Which, like, first off, Michelangelo is the one who's the Battle Nexus champion. Like, he should be teaching you this shit.
Yeah.
But also, like, at the end of Michelangelo's like, well, I just improvised what to do. It's like, but how did you improvise exactly the same thing that Splinter did to Shredder in the first season? And why was there no connection to that first fight? Like, why didn't you say, like, I just did what Splinter taught me, and it, like, flashed back to that? And also, like, why does Terrell do the exact same thing? And my thought was, like, maybe the backup that Terrell made was, like, before he fought Splinter, so he didn't know that was, like, a weakness of his, or, like, why could they have done something like key off of that and be like, oh, I know how Splinter beat him before, maybe it'll work again. I just feel like it. I don't know. I felt like there needed to be some connection if they're going to use exactly the same move to be like, oh, it makes it full circle, you know?
yeah, for me, there's that whole scene where like Leo and Mikey have to stop a train because they got to get on board and pull the e-brake because apparently no one else on the train already is capable of doing that.
That's what I was going to say. Like,
Conductors,
maybe
right?
you could say Mikey goes to like a secluded train car, but there's very obviously a break on the wall, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and seemingly a train full of people, like it couldn't be more clear or more helpful. Because like you expect he's going to like bust into like the secure like driver cabin or something, like, and pull some like hard to pull rusted lever, but it's like, nope, pull here to stop your crashing train, and people are like, you know what?
I'd rather just scream and die.
They also don't have near enough time to stop, anyways. Like, you don't just stop a train.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
all
I
in
don't
all,
know if
this
you guys have
episode.
watched many like videos where it's like a car on a train track gets hit, and
Mhm.
like it's basically like if the train can see you, it's too late to stop. Like like you're
Yeah, they
gonna
do
get
like a
nailed,
mile.
even if they're even if you're and especially like if it's deliberately going even faster than normal, you're cooked. Like you're done forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, so these whoever made this show doesn't know trains, and it shows.
Yeah. Now, Spencer, you're an
Train
electrician.
community.
Do you know, is every city's backup power generator just like a bunch of arcing machines in the like suspended below a platform at City
You
Hall?
know, not that I've seen everything that I have seen. Everyone, you tend to avoid arcing because that's dangerous or something. I
Eventually, it's
guess.
bad. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about
Arcing,
overarching?
uh, overarching. What are you talking about?
Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Let the
But
joke die, Spencer. Let it die.
Yeah, seriously.
but no, yeah, arcing is definitely not a good thing. And I mean, maybe, I guess I've never worked on an actual like grid. That's probably more of your people above me, linemen and stuff like that would work on something like that.
Yeah, Spencer's just a country boy electrician. He's not used to the big city. So
Yeah. No, I'm like
wrong person.
I'm considered to be an inside wireman. So I work on things inside the building from like the service to the inside of the building, kind of thing.
Outlets, light switches.
Yeah, outlets, light switches, motors, stuff like that. Data centers.
Just the whole
Damn.
center. Yeah.
Get him, guys.
Yeah, kill me.
Cancel them again.
Yeah.
Or for the first time, depending on how Spencer splits up this episode.
It's the only work there is. We'll put it like that.
Oh, that justifies it, huh, buddy?
Yes, that or starve,
Whatever
Everything.
helps you sleep at night as you
Not
destroy
not have a
society.
roof over my home, over my children.
Hey.
Let's
The only
raise
real job anymore is taking big rocks and crushing them into smaller rocks.
let's raise the ambient temperature of Utah, drought state, by 3 degrees. Yeah, sure, why not?
If it makes
Yes,
anyone feel
Spencer,
better, I really hope
it
that
funded
no new
Spencer's
ones get
comic for
built.
the month. So, whoa.
Exactly.
If I really hope that they don't build more. I am one of the people that would stand the most to benefit monetarily. Aside from the people who actually own the businesses that will build these things and actually own the data center. But
when we're
as a
protesting
worker,
and we have a bunch of like ram sticks covered in pig's blood and we're chucking them at people, you're gonna get caught straight in the face.
yeah, well, but
Good ram sticks or like
but I really hope that this data center gets built, even if I probably would make good
Dang.
money
if
working there.
if they're good ram sticks, I do need another one.
We're making a sacrifice, Mike. Spencer, did you say you do hope it gets built or you don't?
I hope it does not get built. No,
Because
absolutely.
you
Like
said
that's
I
the thing
do
is
hope
like
it does get
I
built.
saying-
did,
I'm saying
I
that-
did hear you say you hoped it would get built.
I'm saying I hope that it does not get built is what I said. But anyway.
Can we clip that?
Yeah. Tara, is
Yeah.
Spencer a AI criminal or not?
Yeah, please, Tara, let us
I think-
know.
Did we establish that Mike is AI?
That's true.
Uh,
That is true. I did reveal that today.
Yeah.
And it's gone swimmingly, He's the best case for AI. You cannot tell the difference.
Yeah.
My middle name is Al, and you just ran with that joke.
You just give out your middle name on the internet? Do you know how much power you can give the Fae over you if you just release your full name like that out into the wild?
This isn't a fairy circle, Spencer.
Just saying, watch out, man. That's
There's
why
a
middle
cool
names
book
exist.
series. There's a book series. It's like, what is it called? Where essentially humanity goes to another planet, and there's the natural force is the Fae that you have to tame, and the one guy discovers how to tame it by essentially becoming like the world's most cruel vampire. You know, he has to become Dracula to tame the world for people.
Mhm.
That's such a badass book.
What was the name
The
of it
Fae.
again?
I'm trying to find it.
Type in Dracula, Fae, planet, badass. See what happens.
Don't you hate it when you know something and then you forget it like a total idiot, and like you're talking about it and you're like, why would you do this to me, brain?
I
It's
don't, but
never
it sounds like
happened.
you do.
Yeah, it's never happened
Yeah,
to me.
never happened to me before.
Shut up.
Ever.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm preloaded with every comment I've ever gonna make in the conversation. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
that happens to me.
I got Cold Fire, the Cold Fire trilogy. It literally is just so. It's such a cool book.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Rehearsal? You know, Nathan Fielder TV show.
Like, look at
I
this.
do
Tell
that.
me, look,
I do The
look at this
Rehearsal.
image.
So.
Look at this
Mhm.
image and tell me that doesn't look badass. Tell me you're not waltzing around and thinking, okay, that's sick as hell.
That is pretty fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
That glowing sword, all that energy.
Yeah.
Man, I'm into some dark fantasy bullshit. That's pretty
Man, fantasy book covers have gotten so much shittier than they used to be. Like, I used to
Oh, I
go to the
know.
bookstore and I would literally read stuff by just how cool the cover is. And if you do that now, God help you, because most of it sucks.
Yeah, it's all minimalist bullshit.
Yeah, but
Sans
back then
serif
they're like,
fonts.
what about a weirdo, evil-looking sword guy? And you're like, sold.
Yeah, percent. That's cool. I might have to read this book. It's so fucking cool.
It's a trilogy. It's legit one of my favorites. It's badass.
I know. I've already gotten sucked into another book you suggested for me. So,
What's the other one?
One Piece.
Oh, are you still reading it?
I am. Yeah. Chopper just used whatever ball he had. What was that called? Rumble ball.
Oh, where are
Just
you
used that
at?
for the first time. I'm at the part where Chopper uses the rumble ball for the first time.
No, I can't remember because I'm trying not to spoil. Like,
Hmm.
what arc is that?
It's whichever one where Chopper uses the rumble ball for the first time. I don't know. It's
Nobody doesn't want to spoil it, but we'll let Keith do it.
Yeah, they're on Drum Island. There's that like pirate king that eats stuff.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking, but he uses. I hadn't like remembered because he uses rumble balls much more effectively later on, so I associate it more with that. Because I got excited for a little bit because I was like, damn, you're way further along than I would have thought. But
no,
that's cool.
I've ebbed and flowed, and I've been ebbing lately. Anyhow, are we ready to move on to the Green Mantle, or whatever this episode's called? Superpower Purple. Yeah.
I don't know if I really have any complaints for it. Like, it's just kind of an okay episode. You know, like it doesn't really have any bearing on anything.
It feels like it should have been like the second to last episode. I think, like if it was like episode 3 or 4, the season would have flowed better. But
yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's the worst looks for the Justice Force by far.
Yeah,
they almost all universally look terrible.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too.
You don't like Raptor's weird like butterfly mask he's got going on?
Yeah, they all look aggressively stupid. I do like Raph's superhero look. That's really cool.
Stupid.
Yeah.
No, Raptor looked fine before. He looks fine. He looks fine.
Nah.
He just has like
volume
wings.
4. Volume 4, they all look great.
I think Stainless Steel Steve, they should have given him a bigger head because they like.
Yeah,
no, his head is so small.
He probably got done the dirtiest of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did think it was really funny that like Sean Schemmel was literally every other voice. episode.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely overbooked him on this one.
It was so distracting.
You can hide it when it's one or two voices, but when it's like every other one, it's like this is very obvious at this point that he is voicing way too many of these people.
Yeah. But like, God, the freaking fight between Mikey and Raph just like taking the cape back and forth. It's like Mikey was so aggressively.
Well, it just took for fucking ever too. Like it's like a 5-minute sequence of them fighting over that cape for no reason, because Mike was the one who put it on Raph, and then he's being a little bitch about it. So
yeah, it's like man, like you've already established that you're a superhero. It's like it's I don't know. It just feels like, you know, regression, like for I guess a character arc that never really happened in this show, like because none of these characters have ever like had an arc over the show. Like it's so like this is still Mikey from season 1. Just like it just I hate it.
Moving into Wedding Bells and Bites, then the Ninja Tribunal gets nerfed pretty hard in this whole fight.
They were a bunch of jobbers. They always were a bunch of jobbers.
But like they had like all these like superpowers and everything else, you know, in season 5. And then in this, it's just like, we can barely handle Foot Ninja.
Yeah, they should have stayed dead, honestly. My favorite one is the one that's got the top hat now. I can't ever remember their names. He was the one with like the big sleeves. But at one point, Shredder just like pushes him in the back and just like takes him out entirely. like the way you like push someone out of the way while you're walking, it just completely obliterates the guy.
Yeah, because that's what's annoying is like Cyber Shredder is so much weaker than Tengu Shredder. It's like that should not have happened.
Yeah, they should have
like,
stayed dead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. They should have stayed dead. Like
maybe they don't have powers when they're out of their special place or something.
That I can understand. Like, you know, they're not on their ancient island. They're the most powerful. Like, the further away from it they are, the less powerful they are. Okay, cool. I could get down with that. It's just never explained in the show. That's how. So it's like that would have to be just headcanon. In a huge missed opportunity. I wanted him to say it so bad. When like Shredder chucks Splinter through the door, which a highlight of the episode was just genuinely so fun. I really wanted Shredder to just say, "I didn't get my invitation." Something along that line would have just been so funny. And it's not really an anchovy because it's like I wish he had said it. It's just a missed opportunity. But like, and that's
my
the
invitation
thing.
must have been lost in the email. Get it? Because he's cyber.
Perfect. Like I feel like a different Shredder would have been that catty. Like definitely 87 Shredder would have done it. I'd even say like Terrell would have said it. Like I really wish that line, like something along that line.
Yeah. My one big anchovy is like there's nothing for Karai in this. Like the Shredder is back.
Yeah.
Karai has this huge history with that character. And I don't even think we see her fight. Like you see her at the very end next to Chaplin, but I don't think she's a part of the fight at all. And that seemed like a missed opportunity to me.
That's because love weakens you.
That's true.
Fight, and she doesn't have any lines in the episode.
Yeah.
Marriage kills everything cool about your personality.
That's right. She's letting Chaplin speak for her now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she presumably would have known about the digital.
Oh, absolutely. You think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the contingency plan. Should have been a 2-parter, it sounds like.
I mean, honestly, for a finale episode, yeah. I would have liked this to go out on a bigger bag.
No, the whole thing is dumb. The wedding is dumb. They just wanted an excuse to like have a bunch of characters together and then waste them. Like it's like, why is April? she's really slumming it up in life. Like, she's content with getting married in like a crappy barn. Like, come on.
Barn weddings
Come
are
on,
like
girl.
super popular.
Well, yeah,
No.
like
No.
one that's iconic. Two, it's a free barn that they don't have to pay for. Like shit,
Yeah.
I would do that.
Getting they could just steal stuff. Getting married like a hick in the woods, you know?
Three, it makes sense because literally half of their wedding, 3/4 of their wedding party is all aliens and interdimensional beings. It's not people you're gonna have to be able to have in like a
Did you cut out?
no.
Yeah, I think you cut out.
Did I cut out?
I don't think you can say whether or not you cut out.
Well, I mean, like that's the
didn't-
thing. Like, no, I said, did I?
I most definitely did not. I heard every word I said.
Did I
said
cut
you,
out?
Just play it back for us, Spencer. But what happened is Cody said, "I think you cut out," and Mike said, "No." That's amazing.
God.
No, barn wedding makes total sense.
Yeah.
I've been to a barn wedding.
That person was probably a loser. No, apparently, like, look, the motto of this story, the moral of the story, is people love weddings. You invite someone from a different dimension, a different planet, they'll come to your dumb wedding. You know, not even like a cool destination wedding. It's like, there's a barn in the woods in New York, and they're like, I'm there.
If
Like,
you're from a
let's
different planet, that
go.
is a destination.
There's cooler. It's like getting sent on a mission as a Mormon, and they send you to the coastal U.S. You know, lame. If you're not going to another country, like there's cooler planets. These aliens have also given up in life. Yeah, I mean, clearly these episodes really generated a lot of discussion among us.
All right, should we talk about what we liked then?
Oh, I love being a turtle.
So one of the, I guess, kind of the ironic thing here about episode 11 is that them getting into the train car was like weird and unnecessary. However, Mikey jumping in the train car and everyone screaming, and then they see him and scream at him, and he screams back like that was that was funny. That was funny. It was a funny scene.
I don't have one specific for this episode, but I just want to mention, I don't know if we've mentioned it before, but their vehicle that they're using now, which I think they call the hauler, is super cool. It's like a dumpster.
Yeah, it's a garbage truck.
Like, yeah. It's really cool. I like it.
The turtles with the garbage truck is, I think that's better than like a van. Like it just makes sense for them, and it's like they've only had the garbage truck twice, and both times
Isn't it
really cool?
Because what garbage picks up at night though?
I mean,
well, if you're doing a dumpster, that's usually like a night thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when I'll put it this way. Granted, I don't live in the city, but I've never seen a garbage truck at night.
I mean, I have driving around like.
Why are you driving to garbage areas?
I mean, I'm not. They're driving.
Well, so like
the streets.
Yeah, in like a city.
It feels less incognito. Granted, they're also driving like a goddamn Hummer. Like they're picking the most, in like conspicuous vehicles possible. But I feel like a garbage truck is even.
Yeah, I think it fits for New York City. I mean, you're gonna run into a garbage truck in New York City.
Yeah, same with like the moving truck.
Yeah,
like it just looks like another truck.
Yeah, moving truck is good. What you would want, what they really want to do is like a Cisco food truck,
like a Schwann's truck or something.
Yeah, it's just
like
refrigerated.
You're delivering, you're stocking up restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, nothing would go better with cold-blooded animals than a freezer truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
no,
disable
it's
it,
like,
obviously.
and we saw the hauler in the theme song all season, and it's like it just now debuted.
Yeah, it's cool though. I like it.
It is really cool.
You might think this is an anchovy, but I genuinely like the asinine nature of it. In their dedication to include as much Tron adventures as possible in this season, I do like that they're in a computer, right? So theoretically, as it's traveling around, they're going, at the speed of light, the speed of electricity, whatever you want to call it, right? So they're zipping around pretty fast, and computers can process things slowly, but it's not like they're like stopping to do calculations. But I do like that they're physically traveling in basically normal real time along a computer just because they think it's cool, but it doesn't otherwise work in any computery fashion. I do like both the obsession with computers, but also innately not understanding how they work.
Yeah.
I do love that they did that for themselves.
I think I mentioned this like the first episode we watched. It's like we gotta think like a cybernaut. Like the rules of nature don't apply to us. Now everyone get into these wheeled vehicles so we can drive a long distance. It's like what?
It'll take 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're constantly forgetting like that they can just appear and disappear, teleport wherever they want.
Oh yeah, like Donatello, like they climb a pile at one point. It's like just fucking phase or whatever. Like,
and that's the thing, though, is they need to be more Tron and treat it as like a physical world that they have to operate in, and less Matrix, where it's just like, the spoon, whatever it is. What is it about the spoon? The spoon isn't real, or something like that.
Yeah.
The spoon doesn't exist. Yeah,
there is no spoon. Yeah,
there is no spoon. That's what it is. They need to be less. There is no spoon and more Tron.
That had rules, it makes sense because then it's because that's how it's programmed. But
yeah, they're the ones doing the programming.
Yeah, I love it every single time.
Yeah,
like it never fails to make me laugh.
It's Mega Man Battle Network, where like they teleport in and then literally walk everywhere in Mega Man. Have you guys never played Mega Man Battle Network?
I played a little bit and then I stopped because it seemed too tedious and slow.
The first one is pretty tedious, so it's.
I played a little, like it took like 8 steps and got interrupted and never went back to it. So
yeah, it's the first one. The first one is pretty egregious with that, but the later ones.
Yeah, I think I only took 12 steps and that was enough because anything that takes more than 12 steps isn't worth doing. That's an AA reference, by the way.
Step,
yeah.
I caught it. And I was like, Keith is alcoholic, so it's got to be AA.
Thank you. Yep. All right. Anything else for this episode, City Under Siege?
Nah, I'm good to talk about superpower struggle.
Can we talk about Raph's chin? Holy cow.
It's a good chin.
What a face. I love it.
It is pretty funny that like he gets that makeover when he puts it on, but Mikey doesn't.
I know. I like too when the cape gets ripped in half, like Raphael puts it on like a cool scarf, but Michelangelo has it on like an old lady, like a bonnet over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the yellow thimble.
It is fun seeing Mikey give Raph all his dreams and then be mad about it instantly.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I did chortle a bit when the yellow thimble came out. That's pretty great.
Yeah, that it was sewed from. I think that was kind of clever. I don't know. I think that some of the ways that they rearranged Green Lantern. First off, like I'll always love just a bunch of Green Lantern references because.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, Spencer's gonna love this.
But then the yellow
As
thimble
he looks
like
up from his Green Lantern issue to continue watching the episode.
But the yellow thimble is kind of clever because like the original like Green Lantern weakness to yellow is because of a yellow impurity inside the power battery. They if they tried to remove it, it makes it so that the battery will no longer function. That's the original reasoning behind the weakness to yellow. Them not being able to operate anything yellow. So the fact that like what was used to make the cape, this yellow thimble, is weakness, is fun.
Now, the original Green Lantern, his weakness was wood, which means that a number 2 pencil would threaten every Green Lantern in existence.
Well, it would depend. If you threw it with the graphite point, the graphite point isn't going to get through his force field. Just saying.
Oh, fair. Yeah, the eraser is the weakness.
I would simply dodge the pencil.
Oh, You think I haven't thought of that? Spencer, I think you would also, if you like this episode, there's a good episode of Johnny Bravo where he becomes the Green Swoosh, and there's a good episode of Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century where his laundry gets mixed up with Green Lanterns and he becomes the Green Lantern. This episode, for some reason, there was a lot of Green Lantern parody around the same time.
Is that where the Green Lantern comes from?
Yes, it is. And actually, Kevin Smith voices the Hal Jordan in that episode.
Ah. So. Well, Green Lantern is in Lego Batman 3.
Is that right? That's amazing.
Lego Batman 3 is really secretly a Green Lantern video game.
Perfect.
Like you can visit all of the different like planets that host the power batteries for the different emotional spectrums and things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I do like in this episode. So I agree with you, Anchovy, that the fighting between Mike and Raph too long. I have that written down, but I do like that. So something I thought was stupid is Raph's like, "Look, Michelangelo, it's Malignus," and he's not there. And then Michelangelo does it to Raphael, and then Malignus actually shows up, and Mikey's like, "Hey, look, Raph, it's Malignus."
Yeah,
that was the good joke. That was like that was the only bit of the fight that was actually fun.
Yeah. I also like that somehow or another Metalhead, who I think we know is an android, has grown facial hair. He's got a goatee now that he can control.
It was good.
Weird.
So I like the new Justice Force look.
I'm hit and miss with it. There's some that look better, some that don't.
I think the Sentry, the Sentry outfit's not bad. Yeah, Silver Sentry isn't bad.
Nano,
he's the
badass,
he's the least horrible.
Yeah, I love Ananda's new look. It's so much better than her original one.
No, not Anana. Nano, the big gold robot, looks sick.
I said Anando.
He reminds me of the robot ninjas in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Whose names I can't remember. They escape me, but there's a yellow one.
Sectors and Cyrex.
Yeah, Cyrex.
I did laugh out loud when Mikey calls Silver Sentry SS, and I was like, "Oh, let's come up with a better nickname."
God, I didn't catch that. That's amazing.
Like, oh,
ooh.
I'll do that
one a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know why this is like the worst rated episode. I thought it was it's fine. Like it's a decent parody. It's goofier than the show.
No, specifically, and then the wedding after it, and they're like, "Oh, the wedding. That's a banger, though." It's like, really.
I liked it.
It does not make sense.
It's a good ending to the show.
I think it's a solid ending. You have like a happy little encore of all the whole cast. You know, everyone showing up. It's solid.
Like my thing. Like that episode deserved to be a 2-part, but this superpower struggle is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the best of these 3 episodes. Easy.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but like it's definitely not the worst episode this season or of this show in general.
All right, ready for the wedding episode?
Yeah. It's super fun just to see all these characters again from the past. You know, like it's fun to see, Usagi and Gen show up, and then the folks from season 5. You got Joy and Faraji and all of them. The professor, we haven't seen him in forever. It's a good time. It just kind of takes you on a journey back through the entire show, all of its seasons, as you see all these different characters that the Turtles have teamed up with and fought with and things.
And that's why it's ranked so highly. Everybody likes Jingling Keys, but Jingling Keys, a good episode, do not make.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying like this episode is the greatest episode, or like there's plenty of other episodes I'd rather watch. But as far as like being like goodbye, this is the end, like it's a good episode for that. Just to say goodbye. You also have things like Mikey being the maid of honor.
I love that. I love that they could have so easily gone the opposite way when April calls him a bridesmaid. That they didn't go like super like misogynist with it. He's like, no, I'm the maid of honor. Like he's so proud to do it.
Yeah, like he was
Great. Also, like a wedding episode of a boys cartoon, you never get that. I like that Michelangelo's doing he's doing like a meta thing. He's like, I've watched so many shows about it. Every show eventually does a wedding episode, and here we are.
Mike, did Gargoyles do it, Mike?
Yeah, but I was gonna give Spencer his flowers and bring it up this time. But yes, the wedding between Xanatos and Fox is pretty messy and gets attacked.
It gets a what?
And gets attacked.
And gets attacked. I mean, I feel like it's just kind of classic TV show writing as well as, wedding, and then especially if superheroes and action heroes are involved,
Oh yeah, if nothing goes wrong, it's just a normal wedding. Like that's not cool.
Yeah, just what every superhero wedding goes through.
Yeah.
Green Arrow, like the TV series, like the CW one. I watched like probably the only arc I've watched, the Crisis on Earth X, for the sake of my Earth X obsession. Like that was a wedding episode originally, It was the Flash, I think, getting married, and then Crisis on Earth X happened.
I do like when Splinter gets thrown through the barn. It's very reminiscent of like Leo going through the window. He even says like similar lines, like he's back and stuff. It's a nice like circle back to that event. But I mean, I think this is one of the better endings this show could have had, or really like a lot of turtle shows have had. I think this is one of the better ones. It wraps up some stuff. It starts a new beginning for Casey in April while also like closing this chapter of the turtle story. It's cool. I like it.
And it's a happy ending too, It's just a nice, happy ending. Everyone's smiling. Like I said, even Bishop is smiling for some reason.
I have to imagine they assumed there was more.
Up.
Yeah, they had to imagine this wasn't necessarily the end because like Rat King shows up. I know I've seen art of like Hun as Slash for like stuff that hadn't aired, so I think they were tying the bow, but maybe just leaving their foot in the door a little bit to if it got renewed,
Yeah, I am curious, if they had just like this planned as a final episode, and then it was like, okay, yeah, we're only getting 13 episodes. We just gotta, slot it in right here, or if it was the case of, we this could maybe be an end, but we can maybe keep going, like you were saying. It's got to be one or the other, right? It's got to be something like that.
Another
we did have.
I liked. Go ahead.
We did have that whole scene in like the first episode of this season where the three shredders were all fighting each other, and that was supposed to be, in the near future.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually kind of glad we didn't get that because it makes less sense the more you think about it. But...
I want it to happen still, man. I just, just for the sake of three shredders all fighting each other.
I will say one bit I liked that I forgot to mention is when Raph says he's the best man, so he's got to do best man stuff like teaching Casey how to tie a tie, which is not one of his top ninja skills, he says. Which means that tying a tie is a ninja skill. He's just not very good at it, which I think is hilarious.
Maybe Splinter told him it was a ninja skill to get them all to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm back from cyberspace. Have you learned how to tie a tie yet? Full Windsor.
I like how Splinter's been back for literally less than 5 minutes and is being ushered off to go to a wedding.
Yeah. Like Donatello's timing is awful.
It's like, I get it. But like it's Donatello's so preoccupied that like they know they have to go to this wedding.
Yeah.
But they want to do Splinter. Like was there any reason they had to bring Splinter back right then and there?
The wedding.
Was there any reason they couldn't postpone the wedding until they got Splinter back? If he meant so much to them?
That or like, why didn't he do it sooner? It's not like he got all of the data bits right then and there and was like, let's bring Splinter.
Oh, I thought he did.
I mean, maybe. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so kind of like, it's hard to kind of piece together timeline.
I mean, I would say like this season was a little lackluster, but it went out on a high note, and like this whole series is weird to me because every other series started cartoony and went more dramatic, and this started more dramatic and went more cartoony. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this season and last season get too much hate from fans of this show, but
I think
it's all
that
worth a watch.
season 7 gets an appropriate amount of hate. but season 6 I think is definitely overhated. Like it's just fun future stuff. Like I guess it is like a departure from what the rest of the series is.
Yeah.
But ultimately I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, no, like this season and the last season like get way too much hate, more than they deserve. Like because they're genuinely so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I get why people don't like him. It is a departure from the first 5 seasons, which are overarchingly connected to, like, you know, it is kind of, you can see a through line. But yeah, like I think other than just being connected from those seasons, these two aren't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the spirit of the show is the same the whole time to me.
Yeah.
So it's like
Exactly.
See, I don't
Really?
see it that way personally. I see like I think it kind of changed with season 6, but definitely changed a lot with season 7 for me. But all in all, like this series, I think why I like it so much as far as like Ninja Turtles media and everything else goes is that while it does like adapt like a lot of bits and pieces from the Mirage comics, like it, you know, adapts basically all of that original first volume of Ninja Turtles. It also created all sorts of new villains and wasn't trying to be the 87 series. Like it was its own thing, and because it kind of had that Mirage feel to it where they took the turtles and they sent them on like different adventures and you know, sent them underground and had like Atlantia and all these just different things that weren't in the Mirage comics but were new like unique adventures that weren't just like, and then they're gonna fight Bebop and Rocksteady or stop some mutants or whatever it may be. um it just feels really unique and original, and I can see why IDW pulls so much from it when they like write their comics and things, like, you know, in their comics, because a lot of the original stuff that still sticks around today that gets kind of reused, a lot of it comes from the series. Like a lot of it comes from the 2003 series, whether it's, you know, like a Demon Shredder and things like that in Rise, or, you know, Bishop showing up, you know, in later series and later versions of the Turtles. Like a whole lot of the original concepts that it created end up popping up again.
Well,
yeah, I love Archie too. I mean, it's great.
And Archie does that too. Yeah, they do with Archie as well. But like Archie in 2003, they pull from both of them.
I can
Of all the
can
ones to pull
definitively-
from, Jesus.
I can definitively say and give this show the highest praise that I can give. It does not end on a wet fart.
I think it does, but
No, see,
because it's also not the end, because Turtles Forever is the end.
Mm-hmm.
whoa, what? Spoiler alert!
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will appear in Turtles Forever.
In Turtles Endgame.
Yeah. All right, so
it's funny.
87.
Turtlepedia lists another episode, a 14th episode. That is, I mean, not Turtles Forever.
What does it say it is?
It is Mayhem from Mutant Island.
Yeah, so that's on a 14th episode. It is a it was like these little, it was, I don't know what you want to call it, like little mini.
It's a compilation of shorts.
Yeah.
Like an anthology series that were edited together and are marketed as the 14th episode of Back to the Sewer.
They're not marketed as the 14th episode. That's just because they were watching the pirated YouTube videos, and it's just at the end of all the playlists. Back if you watched them back in the YouTube days, where that was the only way you could watch the show.
So you're saying we're not at the end?
Exactly.
If you guys want to watch Mayhem on Mutant Island, we can.
It looks like it has
sucks.
the turtles in their sports gear, Spencer. So I don't know why you're not on.
It does. It does have the turtles in their sports gear.
I thought you were. I thought you were a scooter lover. It seems like you're not.
It's also like, where do we stop? Because like there were a bunch of like shorts in between episodes, like all season, the whole series. So like, do we go back and watch all those? Do we watch all the original cutscenes from the video games too? Like, where do we cut it off?
Were there original cutscenes?
Only right.
I thought
there were original cutscenes in the video games. That's where Slasher comes from.
If we're true fans of 2003, if we're really going to say it's the greatest, we can't exclude content.
That's true.
I mean, we can have next week just be Mayhem from Mutant Island week if you guys are really wanting to watch it that badly. 17 minutes and 57 seconds. It's on YouTube.
It's also not good.
Yeah, it is. It is genuinely awful.
Do you see the title? That's what it is.
So just like the rest of the show, right? Like, how will I know?
See, that's what I'm talking about with the insufferable part.
I mean, if Keith
got him.
Keith does say it's not good, I guess I have to trust
him. The thing is like it was just like a little
hates the show.
It was just like a little toy commercial for basically for like these robo suits that the turtles had for some action figures.
Spencer, I don't want to alarm you. This entire show was a toy commercial.
Oh, I know. All the Ninja Turtle shows are toy commercials, yada, yada, yada. But, like, this one is worse than anything else.
All right. Well, that is 2003.
So, let's see. 87 was 193 episodes. This one, I think, was 156. And then 2012 looks like it's 124. So we got another 2 years ahead of us at least.
Oh, boy. But before we get to 2012, we're going to cover a few different things just to kind of cleanse the palate, as it were.
Yeah. First, we're going to cover the news.
This is April O'Neil of Channel 6.
Cody, we have some new toys tonight, don't we?
We do. Mezco, they're dropping Mirage Red Mask pack of TMNT figures. $350 on their website, plus their shipping, though it's not exclusive, so you can get it wherever Mezco figures are sold. No soft goods, so you don't get cool trench coats. You don't get like Mikey's cool jacket, Leo's scarf. You don't get like the pizza. You don't get most of like the cool whooshy like throwing star effects. You get spinny chucks. So it's very much a pared down set. But a lot of folks were wanting Mirage Red TMNT. Also, in the pictures, they did show off some Mirage foot soldiers. So seemingly those are coming at some point. That's in addition to they previously revealed a Toon foot soldier. So yeah, if you wanted the Mezco TMNT, this is a shot at a version of the Turtles, not as comprehensive or necessarily as good as the first set, but it does have Mirage Red. So
some say those Mezco foot soldiers are some of the best looking foot soldiers ever. So
it's definitely a look. Have you all seen them?
Yeah, they do not look good.
I like the heads. The heads look cool. I put that in the wrong chat. They look like waiters at a Asian themed restaurant or something.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's the full jacket. If they were sleeveless, I think it would.
Yeah, like if you had sleeveless and like
front, like with a cummerbund as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just I'm on record. I don't unless it's like going for a very specific look, and you do it right, I think cloth goods look terrible. I think the Shredder also looks terrible. They also look like little pipsqueaks. It's just terrible all around. But it's cool for people to get another chance at the Mirage Turtles, because the Mezco Turtles are really good. I don't like their ankles at all, but Mezco sometimes makes incredibly solid figures, and the Turtles are very, very fun.
Some say they have the best head popping action.
It's a dream. Look, you can hear I have one with me. Oh no, it didn't pop. It's not popping. This is
Wow,
never mind.
I set you up and you fucking fumbled.
Usually there's a satisfying pop noise, but this one's not doing it. It's the Toon Raff. The Toon Raff betrayed you. Another ill of the 87 series strikes again.
Man.
But yeah, they do have they're some of the most smooth, mechanically well-made figures ever. Not all their figures, but these turtles are probably the smoothest turtles you'll ever get. So,
agreed.
If you're ever on the fence and you like turtle figures and you have 350 plus bones to throw away, I would actually very much recommend it, because you'll probably love them.
If you're ever on the fence, hey, get off of there.
Your pants will get stuck, and as you fall off the fence, your pants will come off, and somebody will film it, and everyone will laugh on it on social media forever.
No.
Speaking of another kind of formerly Holy Grail type turtles, the Revoltech turtles are getting bootlegs in the current wave of, new bootlegs, I should say, because they had some bootlegs years and years ago.
These aren't the first ones.
Yeah, but in the current wave, there's been a big trend of like pretty high profile bootlegs of figures, specifically Mafex and Revoltech bootlegs. And so they've kind of built a good reputation of being pretty good. But this one's under the name CD Toys, and they're up for pre-order on AliExpress. Various retailers, coming out like November-ish. Some stores say like September, October. So who knows when they'll actually come out. I think for the full set it was like $160, which is a far cry. Generally, if you're trying to get the actual Revoltech turtles or even bootlegs previously, you could pay hundreds of dollars for a single one. So they're the 2012 ones, by the way, if I didn't mention that.
Yeah, I have the originals. I bought them when they were coming out, and I actually have an extra Leonardo that I bought like for parts.
Yeah, because I've heard these are kind of brittle and break down over time.
So the plastic they used on the originals is kind of weird, and like if you buy
yellows or something.
No, they don't yellow. They the shells have this it kind of looks like the shells are rotting a little bit. Like they have the plastic bubbles underneath it. I gotta dig one out, and I'll send you a picture of it. But but that ironically was the way to tell that you had an authentic one, was the plastic was bad. So it but as far as the figure, it holds up really well. All of mine still move. You had mentioned in your TikTok earlier about these that they're all kind of hunched over. That is kind of the Revoltech style.
Yeah, someone described it as the Kevin James hunch.
Yeah. They are kind of hunched, but it's like Revoltech if anything, I think Revoltech made the limbs too long, which is
they have kind of weird proportions.
They made the limbs too long, and then the shoulders angle up and out instead of coming out across from where your shoulder normally sits.
It seems almost like they're preparing to dip their head in the shell, turtle out.
Yeah, and so it's they're not bad figures. The coolest thing about them, other than being Revoltech figures with incredible articulation and all that, is that they were the first figure that I knew of that added torso articulation. And so literally they have a little bit of an ab crunch, and it just bends at the shell or at the belt.
Yeah.
And so because the belt goes all the way around the turtle, it hides the bend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, but these have been highly sought after for years, so folks are
Oh
pretty
yeah.
stoked.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I remember like when they first got announced, I was like, I'm absolutely getting these, and I did, and I'm so glad because like a lot of people skipped out on them, like these and the Figuarts 87 turtles. People skipped out on those for the most part, which is funny because they super deep clearance. Like you could get them for like $15 directly from Bandai, because they couldn't give them away at one, and now like they're some of the most sought after 87 figures.
True. It's funny. I mean, so that just means anything that comes out, you should buy it because in the future it'll be valuable, folks. That's a
if you want it,
hard and fast rule.
Buy it now or buy it never. That's my rule.
But yeah, super cool. Those are coming out. Also in 2012 news, the NECA, Casey Jones, Metalhead, and Splinter went up for pre-order, and they look great no matter which direction you stand them in. Like they really.
Yeah, these look like they're gonna be. What's the rating on the Brickometer?
If we're going on what they're showing, it's like a literal like a 3 on the Brickometer because who knows what's going on at NECA or the toy industry as a whole. But NECA, and we've seen it with like they've shown off like Foot Mystic Mishima from last week is like a full actual made figure, and there's creative poses and whatnot, and you see all the accessories. These ones, they're soliciting them with literally just the I don't know if they're actually 3D printed or molded or whatever, but like the actual like glued together prototypes that actually can't pose. So a lot of people, me included, have been harassing NECA about how terrible they look, and because they're not posed, and it's literally because these versions can't pose. And so instead they saw fit, because usually they're like, here's 12 images or whatever of various poses. In these ones, they literally just have the static pose and they face him in different directions. Which is hilarious. It's a bold move. They look pretty cool though. NECA's visual accuracy is good. Metalhead comes with a ton of accessories like his Krang hat and blast effects and whatnot. So they look super cool. They're up for pre-order if you want to get them. Again, they're not exclusive, so you can get them generally wherever NECA sells their figures.
So you pre-ordered them?
I didn't. Yeah, the funny thing is, I was going to, because NECA was like, I misunderstood their advertising because they had like an image where it's like, get 3 and you get free shipping, and I missed that it's actually saying buy 3 plus another figure and you get free shipping.
Wait,
and so yeah, you have to buy these 3 figures and then any other turtle figure, so you have to buy 4 figures to get free shipping. And I saw that and thought it was so stupid, I just gave up, and I haven't ordered them yet.
I am angry now. Like I thought it was just buy these 3 and get free shipping.
So you bought them?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't bought them.
No,
but
you have to buy 4 turtle figures and get free shipping.
That's so stupid.
Which
like,
my shipping was like $8, so it's not like a huge deal. It just, there's something offensive about not getting free shipping when you spend like over $100 that like offends me as a consumer.
Yeah. And I think what's pretty egregious about it is the like you got to buy because you had to have bought all 5 figures last time to get the free shipping, which they still wound up bungling. You know, remember they sent me 2 Michelangelos and I had to send one back. Like, and then and they shipped everything separately, so I had to like wait to get all figures. And so it's like I don't trust NECA to do this, to go through this again. You know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel the same way. Like, I had a friend who was like, I'm not doing it because the NECA shipping incompetence. But you can luck out, and they might ship you extras. Like, you'll get all the figures you ordered and then some. So it's really high stakes.
Since I'm not in the groups anymore, are they still like threatening people over like things like the Donnie Lab?
No, they stopped doing that.
Oh, okay.
They stopped. but they haven't stopped duplicating shipping orders, which is hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, like if anything, I'm only gonna get the metalhead. Like I've never liked the 2012 Casey, and then the Splinter figure. Like I wish they had used the soft goods for the robe.
It's honestly, it's they have. I don't think their listing says anything, but it's entirely possible because the problem with selling unfinished prototypes is you literally don't know what you're gonna get. Like you don't even know what articulation cuts Metalhead has.
That's why I'm gonna wait for some sucker. I mean, a toy reviewer to get it. You know,
Yeah.
and be the guinea pig that sways me.
My favorite part is the Casey, like, so he's holding a hockey stick kind of out from his body, so he has to be like leaning back to balance him correctly. It's like no one thought to put his arm down. Come on.
Like, yeah, and it's like they're so badly posed in these pictures, like the Casey especially, and it's like it just kind of highlights how spindly he is.
And it does not look good. This will be a terrible, terrible figure mechanically.
Yeah, and knowing NECA's like history with plastic quality, those wrists are going to be the first thing to go. Then the knee.
Yeah, they have their plastic is usually super duper gummy, so it's like
either super gummy or super brittle. There's no in between.
Yeah, and when they have like big thick figures where it's just like a ton of plastic, it kind of splits the difference and it's fine. But yeah, the plastic they use is not good to make it so thin. It just doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
But if you want 2012 figures, it's your only option at the moment. So suck it up and buy them.
Suck it up.
But yeah, I believe that's it for toys.
Right, on to comics.
In comics, June 3rd, this Wednesday, TMNT Journeys number 10 is hitting the shelves.
What issue of I mean, I know it was issue 10 of volume 4, but like what was going on in that issue again?
This is right after Splinter died, right?
Because like the cover is one of the turtles like looking all sad like on the phone.
Yeah, because he just learned that Splinter died.
Yeah.
No. Issue, I mean, that may have happened, but issue 9 is when they find April has the nanobots in her.
Yeah. An act of terrorism threatens to spoil April O'Neil's nanosurgery. The TMNT save April's life only to discover that Master Splinter has passed from this mortal coil. So both those things happen.
Yeah, which I realized because I was looking at issue 9.
Spoiler
I
alert.
picked it up, and that's the one that has the cool nanobot turtle cover.
Yeah.
You only see the nanobot, a single nanobot, on the very last page. So this cover is an out and out hoodwink.
Well, doesn't it imply that like there's a bajillion nanobots? You only see the one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the implication. It's always the implication. But I'm just saying, after that cover, you expect you're going to get some crazy nanobot action, and they're like, actually, next time, sucker.
Because of the implication.
Yeah. Which are we not? We can't be far off from Cockroach College Adventures April, right?
I think that's issue 24, 21.
Damn. Like a year out from the most sextastic TMNT comic ever released. I hope they do a variant cover with like a Cockroach April with boobs. I need to.
Like it would.
I hope there's a variant that's just a photo of two cockroaches going at it.
Can't anybody do a variant? Theoretically.
Theoretically.
No, they have variants.
No, I mean like it's relatively easy to like get a variant as long as you like, isn't it just like buy enough of them or something?
You mean like the store?
Yeah, like isn't it like relatively easy to like let the like IDW let you make a variant as long as you lock down that like so many will be ordered?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably. Issue
'Cause
22,
we could,
Cody.
What if we caused a cockroach sex cover variant? or what about this? What about this? You know how you can get like the blank covers?
Mm-hmm.
We all get one, and we have Lawson do a very hyper realistic nature version of it.
Yes. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on for the love of God to something else. Miscellaneous news. There's a TMNT pizzeria is done.
Yeah, so we talked about it a few months ago. The same people who run like the Sonic Speed Zone and the One Piece Cafe here in LA, we're going to open up a TMNT pizzeria in Santa Monica at the 3rd Street Promenade, which is a pretty popular mall on the beach out here in California. I saw a thread on Reddit that apparently there's a bunch of like for lease signs on the location, and everything is kind of taken down. So I looked into it a little bit more, and the Instagram that was for the pizzeria is gone. So not a good sign.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to the ghost kitchen style pizza that they could have put out,
Yeah. Because like it's relatively wanted to go, and so I tried reaching out to them. They like had never gotten back to me. All right, whatever. But also, like, I'm sure every other like Ninja Turtle thing was like following this pizzeria, trying to. So like, I have the guy who runs it because he runs his Instagram, tags everything, and he hasn't updated it to take the pizzeria off his. So it may still be around, but it doesn't look like it's going to be at the location.
Yeah. So you're saying Super 7 was the only company to successfully make a Turtles pizzeria?
If that's what you got from everything I just, then yes.
That is. They're the only ones who, as of yet, have really pulled it off.
All right. Any other news, guys?
Looks like we're all done.
All right. So now that we're through 2003, what are we going to do next week, Mr. Spencer?
Next week, we're going to finally, totally, completely send off 2003 with the Turtles Forever movie.
It's so dumb to call this episode's the end because it's
well, it is the final episode, but it's not the end of the era, like I said at the top.
Yeah, I mean, Turtles Forever is like the actual end of the series, basically, because it was a TV movie and it aired. They even aired it as episodes. I remember they aired it a couple times, but yeah.
Cool.
So if you guys enjoyed our ride on 2000 train, let us know somewhere on the internet what you thought, or join our Discord at the link in our bio.
All right, that's our show this week. Thank you again so much for listening, and until next time, cowabunga dudes.
Certified.
Booyakasha.
Hot soup.
But then, like, it'll be around for forever. But then, like, one day you'll hear it and you'll just be like, today it hits. Today I get it. It's like like today my phone died on the way home, so I was like, let's do something crazy. Let's actually listen to the radio again.
Right.
So I flipped it over. I know, right? So I flipped it over to X96, Utah's alternative rock station, and Bite the Hand That Feeds by 9 Inch Nails came on. And I was suddenly just like, this hits. I've heard it before. I've been like, yeah, it's a good song. It's cool. It's whatever. I'll listen to it casually. But today it's good. What it is, it's just hitting for me. But it's a jam. That song is a bop. I now get the 9 Inch Nails hype for those that hype 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. During that time that Trent Reznor did the music for Mutant Mayhem, and you couldn't even tell.
do.
Yeah, it just sounded like it was a good soundtrack. I liked it. I liked the ambient sort of like sad noises. It worked well. It worked well. But also like people talked it up so much, I was expecting something like a little bit more like mind blowing, but it was like I've heard sounds like this in like season 7 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars and stuff like that. Like they kind of did.
Yeah.
They did a lot of
You
that
probably
stuff.
also heard it from other
those.
scores that Trent Reznor has done and worked on, ironically.
Might be it. Yeah.
Because they're actually
Maybe,
pretty
yeah.
prolific, so it's like, which is kind of funny because like if he's doing his job right, you shouldn't necessarily put it together.
Well, I mean, you should, because then it's like it's like an artist. Like an artist have its style.
Yeah, like you can hear John Williams and you're just
Yeah,
like John
but
Williams. You know, you can hear
that's
Hans
'cause you're
Zimmer.
also listening to like the same like 4 brands he works on.
Yeah, well, that and like, you know, it's just like, oh, look, another classical piece that he's kind of rearranged. But like people have pointed out that like his Harry Potter theme is very Swan Lake, like it's very much like Swan Lake and other things like that. But you know, like Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's another one where you hear it and you're like, this is Hans Zimmer. And some of that, you know, is just like watching a Christopher Nolan movie, you know, it's Hans Zimmer, you know, because Christopher Nolan only ever gets Hans Zimmer to just give you deafening strings.
Interstellar, baby.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like
I wish he would have cast Matthew McConaughey in that movie, but you know, it was pretty good without him.
Yeah, Matt Damon did fine, but McConaughey would
really could use some McConaughey.
Right.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I can't
for
stop
sure.
thinking about Team America. Matt Damon.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
What? The puppet sex scene? Come on.
Yeah, man. The 5-minute vomit scene.
Yeah.
Is that where they get the Kim Jong-un joke clips from?
I mean,
I assume.
If it's a puppet Kim Jong-un, then yes.
Well, I mean, at this point, they've also like taken out the audio and stuff.
Well,
although one actually
no, because Kim Jong-un is the son. It would be Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, I'm not a North Korea expert. You know what I mean. But though I think one of my favorite clips is actually like it's probably an AI one where he talks about turning everyone into homosexuals, like the left. That clip is just hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think that's from the movie.
No, that one's not. That one's like more AI made or something. But
DC just recently tricked me into being gay.
You can't trick the Willings.
Yeah. I was reading, you know, like Justice League Intergalactic. I'm reading it, you know, and some of the protagonists are LGBTQ plus, you know, that's fine. You know, like you got Dreamer who's trans, and Galaxy, which is kind of like a newer character that's a lesbian, and you know, it's cool, it's whatever. Or maybe she's bi. I don't know. I haven't read too many issues like comics out there. She for sure likes women, okay. And she herself is a woman, so at least a lesbian, maybe bisexual, maybe pansexual. You know, I don't know the details of these things if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, I read it and then it ends on a cliffhanger and it says to be continued in DC Pride special. And I was like, oh, they made me do it. They made me read a prequel to a Pride comic. DC tricked me into being gay.
That's how they transed you too. They gay and transed you.
Yeah, I got gay transed. Which is that a double? I mean, it's not a double negative, but like, which one's first?
Neither of them are negative, Spencer.
No. But you know what I'm saying, right? Right. So hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out here. Hear me out here. If they gayed me, right, I'd like men. But then if they like transed me, I'd no longer be gay because I like men.
Straight again, yeah.
Well,
so
trans
do I
doesn't
just
really have anything to do with sexual orientation.
Is just well, it doesn't have anything to do with sexual orientation, right? But like what I'm saying is, right, if I like men, right, and I get turned trans, I'm no longer gay. I'm straight again. Right?
All I know is when I clip this, you're getting so fucking canceled. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. That was gonna be great. There is a word for this though, isn't there? Where it's like, no wait, that's the other way around. Never mind.
But I'm no longer like that should be the way it works. That I'm pretty sure that like I'm no longer, you are trans but no longer gay at that point. But like
you heard
if
it,
I
gays and
am
trans, Spencer
if I am
here gets to
straight,
tell you how it works.
if I am straight,
A white cis
and
man telling you how it is.
if I am straight and then come out as trans, right? Then I would be gay and trans, right? Right? Like I'm pretty sure that this is the way it works. So the question is, if they made me both gay and trans,
You're just straight again.
did they just make me trans, and so I still just like women? Yeah. You know, like, and that's it. So they didn't really make. I mean, in a way, I guess making me trans also would make me gay if I was still attracted to the same people.
I think you should both think a lot more about this, and then also stop thinking about this.
Yeah.
Keep those thoughts inside.
You know, I have to think about something. Otherwise, in the background, all that's going on in my brain is, can you bite the hand that feeds? It's just on repeat in there.
Is that
like,
how you think he
I
sounds?
really cannot get. Yeah, that's exactly how I think he sounds. I don't know how do I sound?
You kind of transed him a little bit there.
See, now if anything deserves to get anyone canceled on this show, it should be you for that right there. That right there was.
Well,
that
I would
right
never.
there
I
was
would
too
never
far,
clip
Cody.
that. I'm not an idiot.
That was too far, Cody. That was too far. Honestly, the 4 straight cis men should probably stop talking about.
We're not all straight. Mike is gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's
once
news to me.
once you hit 40, like it's all good. You guys will learn.
You're issued a gay card by the government right away.
You're turning gay tomorrow, is what you're saying.
No, I'll be 41 tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been gay all year.
He's been gay.
Right.
See,
Your
Ben gay.
gayness.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, wow. I can't believe I still can't. I'm still shocked by Spencer's hateful screed
Everything.
he went on.
Yeah.
I think personally, that my comments would play really well with the LGBTQ community. Personally, I think.
You think so?
I think that they would be like, that
just to
was
get those thoughts out publicly.
Yeah,
yeah. Like he wanted our
I think it'll play well. I think it'll play well.
I am curious if there's a term for what Spencer was describing besides just gay and straight, like transitioned and.
It is still just gay and straight.
I mean, like that specific combination of trans and attracted to the same gender you were.
Super trans.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's that right there. That's getting me canceled, Cody. That right there. See, Cody, you don't know how to talk about these delicate issues. I, however, am the A in LGBTQIA plus, and I know exactly how to talk about these issues.
One of my favorite albums is what is it? True Trans Soul Rebel. So you actually can't cancel me.
That's Cody's I have black friends of transgenderism.
It's true. It's true. It's against me. I thought Spencer wasn't against
against me. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Against me. I was about to say. Are you talking about against?
I don't know one
me?
of their most groundbreaking albums, huh?
Against. I mean, I know. Yeah, Against Me. They've got if she wants to dance and drink all night.
Yeah.
Well, there's
ironically,
no one
Laura
that can
Jane
stop
Grace
her.
did get pretty heavily canceled, which is kind of funny.
There's that song. There's 2 of their hits.
Went on to drum for Slipknot. So he's the son of Max Weinberg, who was in Max Weinberg 7 on Conan, and he played with Bruce Springsteen. So there you go. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about necessarily, but
yeah,
these are the connections I make.
It's all connected. Yeah. It's that 6 degrees of Spencer getting canceled game everybody likes to play.
Right.
I'm trying to think of the 2 Against Me songs that I've heard a ton that I do like. There's Thrash Unreal, And then there's what's the other hit? What's the other big one?
They have about what I would call 4 almost near perfect albums.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a few albums that are you have to be more selective. But like let's go over their discography real quick again because I'm a true ally.
Try and get ally points.
Yeah, actually like
obviously we need to get
stuff,
someone in the community to award us points on the show.
True.
As we
Hit or
compete
miss,
to suck
right?
up to them. I was a teenage
But New
anarchist.
Wave,
That's the other song.
White Crosses.
I was a
It's
teenage.
Transgender Dysphoria Blues is the album, and then Shapeshift with Me. All 4 of those albums, absolutely fucking stellar, almost track to track. Their first 3.
I know.
See, the only songs Spotify would ever recommend to me was "I Was a Teenage Anarchist" and "Thrash Unreal."
Thrash Unreal is also good.
It is a good song.
They have a lot of really good fucking songs, though.
I believe it.
Those 4 albums legit are some of my 4 most favorite albums ever, which is a pretty stellar run.
I really like, if we want to get into like, the sort of punk rock territory, I think one of my favorite.
Bring up some shitty bands now. Come on.
Yep. One of my favorite albums is Red City Radio's Paradise album. Really good album.
Nobody. Who else in the group has heard of them?
Not me.
I have.
Crickets.
I mentioned it. Thrash Unreal.
Is that Red City Radio because it's a communist group?
Probably. They're probably communist. America? I don't know, probably.
Wow.
Probably.
And he's un-American.
Typical Spencer.
It's almost the 4th of July, too, and you're pulling this kind of crap.
Almost the 250th anniversary of America.
And you're just over here doing treason.
Is that why Trump wants to be on the $250 bill?
Yeah, everything is about the 250.
But he's making the 250 all about him,
I thought 250 was a weird number to pick. It was like, who the hell?
In true narcissistic fashion, he wants the entire 250th anniversary to be about him and plaster his face on everything.
Also, is there already a $250 bill? Or because it seems weird not to go. It seems like after 100, it seems weird to do it in 50 increments after that. Am I wrong?
No, there is no $250 bill. Like they'd be creating it for this.
Now's the perfect time to create physical money when everybody's moved to like digital currencies and whatnot.
I know, like
the
only time I use cash is for laundry, and that's it.
But I would also like to say, because this is a perfect time to mention, what is there to love about America right now? What is there to love? What do you love so much about America right now, Cody? What do you? Oh, really?
Oh, I openly hate America. What are we talking about?
Well, then why are you giving me so much crap for it?
You're different. Like they had hope for you. I'm already like I've already proudly displayed. I don't know the name of the song, but Keith will remember like the Chinese song I always push onto you guys. That's a bop.
I don't know, man.
This is the first time I've ever heard you mention this.
Yeah.
No, I've talked about it before. I've linked it in the group chat.
We have
but I was looking up the bills because probably none of you guys actually clicked on it. The bills, apparently the normal denominations 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. That's like the actual circulation, but it looks like they've gone from 100, they go to 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000.
No, at this point, I love America the same way that like a girlfriend loves her just useless boyfriend that swears he has potential,
You're saying that you're the useless boyfriend?
No, I'm saying that America is the useless boyfriend. I'm saying that America is the lump on the couch that, you know, that is abusive and worthless and is just like, oh, he has so much potential, though. He could be so amazing. He could be. Because, you know, when we first started dating, there was just something there that, you know, he just doesn't deliver on anymore. I don't know what that is still, but, you know, whatever that, like, dream I had of America as a kid, you know. It was presented to me, the freedom thing, you know.
Freedom isn't free. It costs $1.09.
Once upon a time, you know, we defeated the Nazis, you know, like, and it was so amazing.
It's Red Sun in the Sky. This song is such a this song is a banger. I don't care who you are.
Get your communist propaganda out of here, Cody.
No, like, look, you don't
song from Team America.
As a member of the podcast's own whack, I'm kicking you off the pod.
I promise you, anybody who listens to like the first like 5 seconds of that song, you can't tell me there's not a part of you that's like, yeah, that's a banger.
I'll absolve you of your sins if you tell me 5 more communists that we can bring before the committee.
Keith, Mike, Spencer. You guys are all commies. I mean, in reality, y'all are associated with me, so it doesn't even matter what you believe. You know, like, you're going down for being associated.
You better turn over a list of names. You better turn over a bigger list of names.
No, I mean, you guys would have to flip on me. Like, you guys would get me sent to the hanging booth.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Keith, will
I
you
mean, we're on Discord. What, Keith? What, Mike? Did you guys die?
Where did Keith go?
What's going on?
I'm here. What?
They got Keith. They got to Keith.
They got me.
He started to play my Red Sun in the Sky song, and
they got Keith.
They
what happened?
him up.
They got him. They got him. What does that mean? No, yeah, they got him.
Yeah. Keith is dead to us, basically.
What is Keith may never die.
Kash Patel focused one whole eye on him and was just like,
Damn,
there he is.
See, now you're actually,
get him.
Unironically, you're going to get taken out for that. People, they're listening, Spencer. You can't be shitting on Kash Patel. What are you doing?
Better say
for the record,
FBI agent.
I have always supported Kash Patel as your listener. I've been his staunchest supporter.
Name when we do our intro.
Never known a cooler guy. Never known a cooler guy. That time where, you know, the FBI director used government money to fly over just to drink a beer with a bunch of hockey players. I support that decision wholeheartedly. That was super cool. He should be able to use all of our tax dollars for frat boy party stuff. It's great. Meanwhile, we'll all continue to look for all that waste, fraud, and abuse in government, right?
As they build a fucking UFC octagon in front of the White House.
In front of the White House.
Like,
I think it's so funny that like the White House is going to look so shitty for the 250.
Yeah. Bunch of fake gold. Bullshit.
I mean, yeah, that's the inside. I'm talking about even just the outside. Like half of it's torn up for the ballroom, and then it's going to have the fucking UFC thing.
They're also fucking up the reflecting pool.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah.
Can you imagine if, again, God forbid, Trump ceases to exist and all this shit is just left in limbo? So we just have all this like busted, janky shit.
And that's his legacy.
As soon as a Democrat president gets elected, they'll be able to blame it on him. They're like, look at what a mess everything is. And then they'll use that to get elected in afterwards. But there'll be a brief window where it'll be pretty funny.
A Democrat will get elected again, and the Strait of Hormuz will still be closed. Gas prices will be, $500 a gallon, and they'll be like, it's because of the green energy initiatives. See, guys?
See, they closed the Strait of Hormuz. It wasn't closed when Trump was in office.
You guys hear that apparently JD Vance is considering not running in 2028 because he knows like how toxic Trump is, so he's gonna try and like distance himself.
Have you seen that Peter Thiel is moving to Argentina?
He's
No.
really because he's Peter Thiel's blood boy, so he has to move with him.
Yeah.
Like, the adrenochrome must flow.
but yeah, no, Peter Thiel's moving to Argentina now.
How weird is it that the Pope is starting the Butlerian jihad?
Yeah,
with his anti-AI stance.
Gotta make. Did any of you all read Dune?
No, of course not.
No.
And Dune is such a cool series. I need y'all to read Dune and get to God Emperor of Dune. After God Emperor, you can stop there.
I'll just wait
but
until
God Emperor of Dune is such a wild book.
I'll just wait until they do the movie.
I mean, the other books are wild too, because the books after that, like the Bene Gesserit essentially go off into space, and a fraction of them split off and become like a weird, like sex ninja cult, and they battle with sex.
What?
You lost me for a second, but now you got me again.
I was hooked, and I was unhooked, and I'm hooked again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to read Dune.
It goes some weird fucking places. Like it goes weird places with when Frank Herbert was actually writing the main parts of it. But then there's a break in the story where it kind of doesn't really make sense to continue on. And that's where apparently he was starting a new trilogy or a new set of books, but then he died before he could finish them. So then it's just like none of this shit makes any sense because where the fuck you were going. And then his hack son finished it, and people were like, "Oh, he definitely wasn't going there, you fucking hack." But before that, God Emperor of Dune is just so freaking cool.
Did people not like the books by his son?
It's divisive. A lot of people view him, and I would argue rightly, as just like a hack milking his father's legacy. Some people enjoy them, but he's no Frank Herbert. I'll tell you that.
If my father had a legacy, I would also be a hack and try to use it to make money.
Because I mean, he's wrote a ton. Because like the first Dune book is as much like ecological nerd book as anything else, and then he gets like really far into like philosophy and whatnot. That's why like God Emperor of Dune is like it'd be such a hard book to adapt. But and then like what Frank Herbert did, it's kind of like, you know how like Star Wars had some kind of mystery where it's like, oh, your father was a great Jedi in the Clone Wars, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then George Lucas is like, let me tell you exactly what that is. And you're like, that's pretty cool, but maybe it was better if it was a little mysterious, right?
No, it was better when we learned what it was. But anyway, continue.
No, so you have that, and again, like you can make some solid cases, right? But if you take that, what Frank Herbert's son did, like Brian, and it's like some other author he worked with, it's like, what if every single spot there was at all any kind of mystery, we wrote a book about it, and we just did like 50 books about it, you know? So it's like he would write a book like, oh, you know, midichlorians? How about we write the story of how those came into existence, you know? And it just goes like further and further. No, and it's not just like, it's not just midichlorians, but he like specifically writes like 12 books about like the midichlorian saga, and it's like, that's way too much. Like you never needed to do this.
That was the plan for his whole sequel trilogy originally. Was like they were going to go to like where midichlorians come from.
It would have been better.
You think so?
100%. Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't have been like weird wackiness, but George Lucas 100% would have done better with Star Wars than what Disney's done.
The sequel trilogy
in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, like his original plans was to have it be like Maul and his underworld powers trying to like take over versus like Leia leading the Republic, like the New Republic.
Yeah,
how
like,
is that?
And mostly it's because
sick?
like
that's
least,
awesome.
Like, having one person's general vision and plan is always going to be far superior than what if we just kind of wing it each time, around like a weird loose framework and just change shit as much as we want in between, you know. So I 100% George Lucas would have done a more satisfying trilogy, even if it sucked.
Like, I wish he
Even
had...
though there's large parts of the sequel trilogies I do really like. I told you guys about this. I tried to rewatch it, and it was just like, God damn, this is tough. Like,
I mean, it is like the Force Awakens. I was listening to oh god, I can't remember his name, but he's like a Star Wars TikToker, and he does a live every Thursday on my way home from work. And he was saying that, like, when you really look at it, The Force Awakens is nothing but a movie of reunions. It's like Han and Leia haven't seen each other in 30 years because in real life it's been 30 years since we've seen these characters. Like 3PO and Han haven't seen each other. Like R2D2 is literally covered in dust because no one's seen him in 30 years, blah 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 blah. And it's like, man, like, yeah, it would have been nice to see like that these characters did have a life, you know, or like something. And it's like the movies never got to that. And then like Last Jedi is the best one of the sequel trilogy, but like even then it still has its problems, and a lot of them stem from The Force Awakens. And the mystery box shit that Rian Johnson had to kind of unravel. And then like I really like where he was going. Like Rey should have been related to nobody. You know, that's the magic of the Force, is the Force chooses who to work with. You know, making her Palpatine, like, which was a bloodline that was never important. Like Palpatine the character is important. But like, why do we care like that someone is related to him? Anyone could be evil in this franchise. Why does it have to be related to Palpatine?
Yeah, I don't really mind that specific part of it. I think they did make a crappy story with it, because you can make almost any hijinks work if you do it right. But I do think the funny thing about Star Wars is like it's this huge galaxy and there's all these crazy adventures, but they're so desperate, like, we got to keep the people, you know. This is one time Luke lost a pinky toe and it grew into a real boy, and so we got to follow that story up. And it's like, you could write
like expanded universe novel.
See,
I'm not even. Well, no, you just already plagiarized the book. No, that's the original Thrawn trilogy. That like everyone was like, this is the official like sequel to Star Wars. Like back in the early 90s, they cloned the hand that Luke lost in Empire Strikes Back, and he had an evil clone named Luke with 2 U's.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so stupid. But yeah, like the older I get, like the more I do kind of find myself like missing the old expanded universe stuff, like for Star Wars, because it just they took so many chances and just kind of wild things, and they didn't try to, like, the only time they ever tried to make things fit with like canon, like the movies, was when George would like decide that, you know, oh, the Clone Wars weren't 30 years ago, they were only 18 years ago. Oh, Anakin wasn't a Jedi Master, he was only ever a knight. Like like George would constantly change things after like writers had kind of established the expanded universe, and so like they had to come up with wonky like dating systems and just interesting ways to get around what George was doing in the movies. And then like in the books, Mandalorians had been established as like, you know, basically Star Wars Spartans. Like, you know, that whole like warrior culture and everything. And then George Lucas, it was that season of the Clone Wars where he introduces the Mandalorian, and they're like a pacifist people.
Well, at that point in their time, they are, yeah.
Well, no, but they hadn't been. They hadn't been before. It had never been established in canon, and so the EU kind of established its own thing. And that's what everybody loved. So then when George Lucas comes in and is like, they're actually a pacifist people, and Jango Fett was never a Mandalorian, and neither is Boba Fett, and people lost their shit. Like, you had to have been there. It got to the point. So there was a woman, Karen Travis. She was a Star Wars author. She, like, most famous was writing the Republic Commando series. Like, she was the woman who really solidified like Mandalorians or Spartan. And when George Lucas did the whole pacifist culture thing, she crashed out on the Star Wars like forums, like back when like we all posted on starwars.com. She like famously crashed out and quit the book series like she was writing in the middle of it. Like, she was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. and so yeah, so like the Republic Commando series turns into the Imperial Commando series and then just never finishes because she dropped it.
Awesome.
But that's why I love what Dark Horse was doing. So Dark Horse, like, they just kind of decided like, hey, we don't want to like keep having to juggle what George is doing. So our next comic series is going to be so far into the future that like George is probably not going to touch it. And then they could just kind of keep working in things that George does, like, but have it be like a past event that they can reference rather than it being something that like would have to derail everything they're doing. And so they came out with a comic called Star Wars Legacy, and it's like 130 years after the first movie. So like all the original characters are dead. Like literally only R2 shows up at one point. And it's like, it's such a batshit crazy comic. It stars like Luke Skywalker's great grandson, he's just Cade Skywalker.
Juke?
Cade Skywalker.
Yes, the space name of Cade. I guess Luke isn't really that great of like a space name. That's a pretty standard American name.
And it's like, it's such a crazy comic, and like I recommend it to everyone because it's like, it's not great, but it's so fascinating how they were just like, we're gonna take Star Wars, like everything up to this point with Star Wars, and then like move it 130 years in the future. And I kind of wish they had done that with the sequel trilogy, like kind of just like, you can reference Luke and Leia and Han, but like as historical figures, so we're not kind of like, we don't have to really explain what happened to them right now and why they're old now, and then you have to juggle with like, hey, we killed Han in the first movie, but then also Leia dies right after the last, like, or not Leia, Carrie Fisher dies, so we can't use her for the last movie, which was going to be the movie where she actually does something finally. Like, you're 130 years later. They already did everything. You're telling all.
You're breaking up, Mike. We lost you.
Yeah,
at least I lost you.
You lost me?
Yeah, you said you're telling, and then just nothing.
Oh,
yeah, very ironic.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Wait, how long ago did you lose me?
Only
about
like
10 minutes.
30 seconds.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, we just let you go. We were just sitting here quietly contemplating.
Now I forgot where I said that. But yeah, no, I mean, they move it 130 years in the future, and it's like, it gives you so much more room to like not worry about like dealing with those characters. Like, you can tell brand new stories with brand new characters. You don't even have to make like the great grandson of Luke Skywalker like the comic did. You could just tell a brand new story in this world and just be like, oh, like Luke Skywalker, I've heard of him. And Luke, like in the comic, does show up as a Force ghost to his great grandson, but like his great grandson like doesn't want to be a Jedi and is like doing drugs so that it like dulls the force for him, so Luke can't keep appearing to him.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't think
it's really interesting.
Like, I don't think you have to write stories without the characters or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the characters can just exist in the world. Like it doesn't have to like. The problem is they're like, oh, people want another Han Solo story, or people really need to see Leia in the action. And it's like you could just have it like, oh, Leia's some government official or whatever, you know, and Han runs this out in that. Like,
that's the problem, because if the characters are alive, then it's like, why aren't we seeing them? They're the characters that everybody loves. And
well, yeah, I mean, you can do it being like you're not seeing them because like she's a space politician now, so
well, right, but that's everybody's complaint with like the Mandalorian and like the Ahsoka show, because we do see the New Republic that she should be leading, and like 3PO shows up and is like, oh, like, you know, Senator Organa sent me, and everyone's like, like just put her in the show, man. Like, we know she's alive around during this time. Like,
yeah, I mean, they could just at that rate they should just like recast or whatever.
Yeah, because they've already had Luke show up a bunch in the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett show. Like, he's already like Luke has been there.
Because I think that's another weird thing. Because you can just there's billions of people on this planet. You know, there's tons of people who look like other people.
Yeah,
and so you could easily just be like, this is old Luke and Leia, and people would be like, yeah, I can kind of see it, and then you just use them like normal, regular actors. Well, but I think the problem is they lean too heavily on nostalgia, and the biggest example is they're like, it's a bigger, even more Death Star-y or Death Star, and it's like, okay, like, all right, like you really don't have a lot of new ideas.
But that's kind of a thing too from the expanded universe. Like, the Empire loved its super weapons, and in the expanded universe, like, the fucking New Republic was dealing with the new super weapon every book series.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing, like, I don't know, the whole like the world ending stakes always suck.
Well, that's why like, because of the expanded universe, like a lot of people hate them. I really like them. But they have this alien species called the Yuuzhan Vong, and they come from
I bet they were using bongs.
They come from outside of the Star Wars galaxy. So like
very Dune. That's another thing they stole that from Dune. Hacks.
So the Force doesn't work on them.
Like, how would the Force not work on them if the Force is life?
It's like, because they're from outside of the galaxy. Like they're not from the galaxy where like the Force is a thing. So like the Force doesn't recognize them.
Kind of dumb.
I mean, it is, but it's also the series of Space Wizards. So it's like, I can hand wave it. But that is why a lot of people don't like them. They're like, well, like what you said, the Force is life. The Force is everything. It should recognize them. But I mean, like, I liked the story. Like, it created this cool like horror thing, because like nobody knew how to deal with them. Like, the Jedi are relatively useless. Like, nothing they do
with
literally
Dune. That's literally Dune, by the way. Which is that's fucking awesome. that they scripted Dune again.
wait, the Jedi can't do anything. Like, they can just force a rock into their head. Like, they don't have to use the Force on them directly. Like, they can just pick up a rock with the Force and throw it at their head. It's the Green Lantern.
The Force only works on other consenting Force beings. So if you're outside of the Force mandate, the Force is like, we can't. No. They didn't sign up.
It just goes around them, because they don't exist in that space. It just goes around them.
But like so if you like throw the rock with the Force, right? Sure, and then just have no Force on the rock anymore, you could smack them in the head with it, right? It's like the Green Lantern with his weakness to yellow, right? Like, with the Green Lantern's weakness to yellow, sure, yeah, you know, they can't power ring whatever the problem is directly, but they can just like wrap it in a rope with the ring instead, you know? And so it's like, the rope captures them. It's no problem.
Okay, Spencer, they do win against the Yuuzhan Vong. I'm not saying
I'm just saying it's not hard either. You know, like it just takes a couple.
Yeah, couldn't they just force spin a lightsaber whirly dirly at him and it just cuts into pieces?
They did have like armor. Like there are things in Star Wars that are resistant to lightsabers. Like that,
good taste, good writing.
But like they do like, I mean, these guys had like lightsaber proof armor basically. Just like Mandalorians have lightsaber proof armor. But that was the thing, is like it was a book series of like these guys hit the galaxy so hard, so fast, nobody could detect them because you couldn't sense them in the Force. And they wound up taking over Coruscant. Like, oh shit. And so like then the Jedi had to like, Luke had to come up with a plan on how to get
and it was throwing rocks at him.
Yeah. Like even their Wikipedia
like,
entry
what
says,
if
well, yeah, no, even their Wikipedia entry here says is like the Yuuzhan Vong were unable to be sensed through the Force. This confounded the Jedi who first encountered the Yuuzhan Vong. However, they were susceptible to Force-based attacks. So like, yeah, like you could still force.
Don't they have like technology that can sense them though?
No. That was the thing. Like
they don't have like computers.
I mean, they have computers, but like the computers are looking for like other like metal ships. They don't use metal ships. That was the thing. They had never encountered a bad guy like these guys. So that book series, The New Jedi Order, is about them trying to figure out like how to stop these.
If you shot them with Force lightning, what happened?
I don't know if that's one of the things that
nobody thought of that.
This is the second thing I thought of, and no one actually writing a book.
Actually, Force lightning is evil, and there weren't evil people around, so check.
Right, there weren't evil people in that galaxy, so they didn't.
Nope.
Well,
that's a Sith thing, and they took out the Sith.
You have to be an evil Force user to.
I don't know. Yoda uses Force lightning, doesn't he?
No.
He catches it in his hand and then like throws it back.
No, he dissipates it. He doesn't throw it back.
Oh, you're right. He dissipates it. He didn't ever throw it back at all? I thought
so.
What a loser. That's why Yoda died, because he's a job.
Because no, he does.
That's what it is. No, he dissipates it.
It looks like he puts it in his pocket.
Yeah, and then he's just like.
So he's like he's the Animal Crossing guy. When he pops it back out, it's going to be way more powerful.
But no,
Villager.
To answer your question earlier, their armor is resistant to the lightning too. Like their armor is like this coral like material.
Rubber. It's just rubber.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, how come nobody fought Palpatine in just a rubber suit?
Right.
Because again,
it's one big condom.
The Jedi
like one gimp could have took out Palpatine in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like the Jedi were stupid, didn't know, and then got mollywopped immediately.
Yeah. If the Jedi were smart, those tunics and stuff they wear would have been.
Every time Mike uses
suits.
mollywopped, I'm both disgusted and impressed.
Yeah. You think they could all like just pocket it like Yoda? Just go full Isabel from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Mm-hmm.
God, Villager is so good. You just grow the tree and just keep chopping it on people.
Yeah. And
you do, what is it, Dendroid? I haven't played it for so long. God, he's one of the most fun spam characters. In Smash, I would do all the spam attacks that any character had.
That reads.
I believe it, yeah, it checks out.
It's the best. No, Star Wars, I don't know. The thing about Star Wars is they just keep hamstringing themselves because they're so afraid not to include characters that people love instead of just like writing a story in space.
No, they aren't. That's the thing. Is like they it's only really Dave Filoni who's like and that's part of what makes Star Wars like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that just came out is like so heavily dependent on you having any kind of like fond memories of the Clone Wars animated show. Not even just the show, the movie that everyone 7. Like,
well, I love the Clone Wars, so I should
sure,
probably actually go see it. I should probably go see it, but
Dave Filoni, and he's writing movies for people who saw the Clone Wars. But it's like, as
Yeah.
popular as the Clone Wars cartoon is, it's not like the majority of people still have not seen it.
yeah,
And
no,
it's
for
like,
sure.
to be
Well,
writing.
isn't it also they don't really progress the story because it's not like Grogu grows up or anything cool. It's just
Yeah,
like
dude,
it's
there's
status quo.
yeah, there's a ton of complaints to be had with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like it's one long episode of the show, or it's like 3 episodes strung together. But like there's no stakes, nothing ever there's like the characters don't grow. Like Mando and Grogu don't have an arc. Like it's a safe movie. It's like it's Jingling Keys the movie, which
Well, that's
you can argue that like that's kind of what Star Wars needed for its first movie back in 7 years.
Nah.
my
You can just
thing.
like you don't need to prep people for a good movie. You can just make a good movie, and people will be like, "Yeah, that was cool."
Oh, sure. But it's like, but people are so like the two movies that were coming out were this movie and then Star Wars Starfighter, which like as far as we know doesn't have any legacy characters in it.
Well, all you
And-
need is Ryan Gosling. That's the trump card. Like Ryan Gosling is just a delight on film. So
Sure, but like
checkmate.
the only other Star Wars movie that like didn't have really any legacy characters in it, and even though it had Vader and Leia and Tarkin, was Rogue One. So it's like if you
Yeah, I
think
mean,
about
I would argue Rogue One is firmly a legacy movie because it's all about destroying the Death Star.
sure, and that's the thing is like, so Star Wars, if you think about it, has never had a other than Starfighter and Mando and Grogu like not feature any characters from like the movies. It's like these are the first 2 like truly standalone movies.
Like, I'm sure Starfighter will just be like some illegitimate bastard son of Luke or something. They'll find a way. Don't worry. Ryan Gosling, his power will still overwhelm and make it a great movie, but they'll find a way to make it incredibly small and limited.
And that's the thing is like if they do, that would suck. Like, 'cause all we know about Starfighter is that it takes place after after Rise of Skywalker. That's all we know so far. So,
Well, we should really get into the show.
oh yeah, because you don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore. Spencer, tell me about what you read.
I do love talking about Star Wars, but we have. Yeah, it's already
He
been
has children,
almost
Mike.
an hour.
He has children. My
it's already
God,
been
think
almost
of the
an hour. I
children.
have work at 4 a.m. is what it is, and we've already been talking for almost an hour. So
I tried to enjoy the show.